This method of inducing a trance and deepening it simply by talking has many advantages. It has been called the informal method, whilst the more active methods of tests and experiments were given the name of formal hypnosis. This so-called informal hypnosis has many advantages in general medical practice. The prestige of the practitioner is likely to suffer reverse in practicing hypnotism where he fails to hypnotize a subject. The British Medical Journal, as long ago as 19th of August 1949, in advocating the wider use of hypnotism among doctors, wrote, "The technique of inducing the hypnotic state consists in telling the subject with the greatest conviction and impressiveness something that is not strictly true. For instance, that his limbs are feeling heavy, his lids drop, and he is becoming sleepy. Such things are said and have to be said in the hope that their saying will make them come true. Certain temperaments will find actions of this kind either antipathetic or ridiculous, and the technique cannot then be carried through with the inner certainty and self-assurance which are imperative for success. A skillful technique can avoid this apparent obstacle. By the use of purely verbal induction, a hypnotic subject need not be given the opportunity of seeing whether he can disobey the hypnotist's commands or instructions, and in consequence of this, his views of how far he has or has not been affected hypnotically are likely to become unclear. Therapeutic suggestions can be very effectively administered whilst the subject is in this light or informal state of hypnosis. In many cases, all that is necessary for successful treatment is the achievement of this light state of hypnosis. When you are speaking with the object of increasing the depth of trance, let your voice grow lower and lower until the volume is a little less than a whisper. Make frequent pauses. Let there be plenty of time for your subject to react to your suggestions. If you proceed too rapidly, you will fail. Time must be given for a suggestion to register. Remember that usually the deeper the hypnotic state, the longer will it take for your subject to respond. It is one of the characteristics of the hypnotic state that time values alter. If your suggestions follow each other rapidly before the subject has had time to act on or register one suggestion, you will be speaking to him of the next. You will, in effect, be cancelling out your own suggestions. There is another reason why plenty of time should be allowed for your suggestions to sink in. This is because the hypnotic subject will easily become confused if two ideas are introduced at the same time. He can only keep his attention on one idea and is likely to become uneasy, disturbed, or break the trance if you introduce too many ideas. Another reason for speaking slowly is that by inducing drowsiness and sleepiness, you wish the subject's mind to work slowly. To achieve this effect, you must speak slowly, quietly, and in a low voice, otherwise you are likely to keep his mind brisk and alert. The light hypnotic state may be not very far removed from the ordinary waking state, but can be deepened merely by talking. There are the lines on which the talk should be based. You are sitting comfortably in your chair, doing nothing but resting. You will hear my voice speaking to you all the time, but it will not disturb you. You will find as you sit there, your mind is becoming sleepier. You will not try to think about what I am saying to you, but you will hear everything. As I talk, you will find the heavy feeling in your arms and legs increases. With each breath you take, you are slowly sinking down sleepier and sleepier. one part of your mind is already asleep, but you will continue to hear everything I say. Your mental condition is one of quiet rest. You will shortly notice a numbness in your hands and feet. This numbness will start to creep up your arms and legs until all your body feels numb, but it will not disturb you or make you uneasy. All you will want to do is go on sinking down, getting sleepier and sleepier. You don't need to argue or reason with yourself or become stressed about anything. You are resting quietly, peacefully, and nothing can disturb you. The reason that you are doing this is that the suggestions I am making are helping you. You will find this feeling of rest, of being drowsy, of being asleep and awake at the same time becomes more pleasant as time goes on. It is just as though you were sinking down quietly and peacefully into a deep, deep sleep where nothing will worry you, nothing will disturb you, and all you want to do is go on resting and getting sleepier and sleepier. As you get sleepier, you will find that your breathing becomes deeper. Take no notice of this, but continue to rest. Any noises which occur will seem a long way off, and they will not interest you at all. You will not be interested in anything except rest. You are getting sleepier and sleepier. You will notice that your body is relaxed and there is no tension present now in your body or your arms or your legs. You have learned how to let go completely, to sink down into a deep, deep sleep. Soon, you'll begin to feel very comfortable, warm, just as though you were sitting comfortably in front of a fire and feeling too tired to bother about anything except sinking down and going further and further away into a deep, sound sleep. You feel a little dizzy or dreamy whilst I am talking. My voice may seem to fade away at times. You take no notice of this, for steadily and quietly you are sinking down sleepier and sleepier. The student is advised to memorize some trance deepening material, of which I've just based out, so that you may be ready to fluently make suggestions calculated to deepen the trance states he produces or you produce in your subjects.